What's good, everybody? What's good, family? It's going to be a short stream. I'm only coming to you guys because I am a man of my word. Told you I was going to do a daily stream. I'm going to be doing this for a little while, man. Thursday nights, not really a long night for me. Don't have that kind of time. So just a real quick, just wanted to stop in once again. If you're coming in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. What it do, Mark? What up, baby? Just quick daily 15-minute stop by. Give you guys a few updates. Don't really have a whole lot of news today. Just kind of wanted to do a couple of admonishments as we're still in. This is day 2 of signing day. What up, Pat? What up, baby? Got me in 2 chats. Nah, just this one gonna be short, y'all. Not gonna be long. So 15 minutes and I'm out of this joint. Not gonna open the stream up, just gonna rap with y'all for a minute. Like I said, if you wanna donate to the channel, feel free to donate. Hit the joints below. Again, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Finally got this page over 3 grand. Roll to 4K, on to 5K. We got to get it on up there. We got to do them numbers, man. So until I get to 5K, man, I'm gonna keep coming to you guys and keep pushing as much content on this page as possible. Since I'm not mobile right now, you're not going to get a whole lot of recordings or, I got a ton of pictures from the season, but as far as the season for me, I'm ready to just move on from a lot of that stuff and just, so I don't think I'm going to do much with them. Just kind of hang on to some of them and save them for the archives. Nevertheless, a couple of things, man. Still got a couple of players. No one hit the portal again today, so that was actually a good day. I know last person to hit the portal was Shane. Still got brother Niles still in the portal. They flirting with him, from Cal and everything. But he got Cal, he got Tennessee State offers, and he got his IG page up. My admonishment to Tiger Nation is to go and show love. Show love, man. Show love to our Tigers that are currently still in the house. We still got some Tigers that are with us, and we got some that want to. We got a few kids that's a little confused, man. They might be on the, they on the fence. They don't know what to do. Some of them have already come out and said that they're gonna stay, and some are quiet. You see Savion, Savion is posted on IG and Twitter that he's going to be going live on his YouTube page, make a big announcement on Saturday. We don't know what that is as of right now. He's not in the portal, so just never can tell. We're going to see what tomorrow brings, but we're going to monitor this thing day by day, and it's not going to be from an emotional standpoint. My mentality is this. I want everybody to have a good holiday, man, for whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Merry Christmas, but out the Christmas now. I might extend it to the new year. When we go into the new year, we're not going to be worried about what we're talking about right now. The Tigers that's in the house is who we're going to roll with. Now, at any given moment, the Tigers could, somebody could hit the portal, but we're not going to be worried about who going and who's staying. I think at this point, the coaches have done just about as best a job that they could do with the situation that they have right now and what they've been able to work with. So the players got to be willing to understand that the coaches, if you can't make a commitment to the coach, then the coach can't make a commitment to you. Not saying that that's, I'm not speaking for a coach, but I'm just telling you that's business. You're not going to keep me in limbo forever. You're on the fence. Make your mind up. You're in or out. It's that simple. And it ain't no hard feelings. I don't have any bad feelings about any kid that decides that they want to exit the door and go try that option somewhere else. We love you. We hope you stay. But as soon as you leave, I'm trying to replace you within the same hour. That's just how I move. I am a person that lives by the creed that I don't want nobody that don't want me. Now, in this situation, I don't use a hard fist with this situation because us as Tigers have to. Did I miss an update on coaching staff? No, you have not. When the coaching staff is announced, it'll be talked about and we'll break it down then. I am not breaking any breaking news when it comes to Jackson State, whether it's coaching, whether it's recruiting, whether it's none of that. I am not the breaking news because I get highly annoyed by people who run out there from hearsay and they put all this information out there regarding the Jackson State. And I just, I was really annoyed by some stuff that, that's out there, people, and that people do what they do. Everybody got they got their shows and they got their platforms that they build off of. But because of the fact that I know that in-house information leaks and I've seen it leak, don't ask Ken Clark no more what's going on inside the house. My philosophy going forward is I will only talk about what I know after it becomes public knowledge. And I don't care if anybody think I don't know. We got to get back to guarding the yard. When Coach Taylor say guard the yard, we need to guard the yard for real, right? And that means with all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We just I put out a tweet today that you got everybody to say, man, tell me, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. And then you can say something and then it make a full circle round back to you. And it just goes to show that people lie. People just we don't have to have that information. We don't. What needs to transpire is that our coach needs to know who his staff is. He needs to put them in place. These guys got to accept the role. Y'all got to keep in mind, contracts start January 1. January 1 is when the new contract starts. So, yes, probably after Christmas, you're probably going to start seeing some matriculation of the coaching staff and things being reported on who's going to be joining the staff. Yeah, that's coming. But you don't have to know that today. What can you do with that today? What can you do with that information today besides run and talk about it and gossip about it? It's again, it's not information that you have to know right now. Yeah, I got an idea who I pretty much know what the staff looks like up to about 90% of it. And I don't need to know the other 10. I'll know when I need to know. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about it when it becomes public information. We got plenty of time to talk about this stuff. Once the school announces it, I want the school to take the lead. I want the coaches to take the lead. I'm sick and tired of people that's not in the house talking about Jackson State. I ain't even in the house. I'm just close to the house and I'm of the house. It ain't for me to go in there. It's just like when something happens out in the public and then TMZ and people put it all over the internet before the family even had a chance to even, you get what I'm saying? It's that type of stuff. So that's just how I operate. To each his own. I'm not telling anybody what to do or how to do it. I'm just saying how I move. So don't inbox me. Don't ask me, bro, I know you know some. Yes, I do. And I ain't telling you. So don't inbox me. Don't text me. Don't ask me. The answer is I don't know. If the school ain't saying nothing, if the coaches ain't saying nothing, I ain't saying nothing. Because I'll never get it. You won't have to worry about it coming from me. If it leaks to somebody else, that's fine. And I'm going to make sure I tell the coaches to keep it, I ain't got to tell the coaches this, but the people that's around Jackson State that get information, man, shut the hell up and stop talking. Stop saying anything. Let the public find out when it's time to find out. That's what I'm saying. JSU fans do have the right to know when the school announces it. You don't need to know that information if it ain't public. You don't have the right to know a damn thing that's not public. You have a right to know when the school announces it because it ain't even final. What happens if you go out there and announce that and then the person that you think that going to take the role decides, you know what, I'm not going to take that job. I'm going to go take this job. So again, you have the right to know this information, but you don't have to know anything. You're going to know it. That's what I'm saying. You will know that information when it is announced. So yes, that is your right. And your right will be fulfilled when the school announces it. That's it. I'm talking specifically about one thing. And if you got a problem with it, I personally don't give a shit. I'm talking about me. This is one. Hear me out. Don't listen to respond. Listen to comprehend. I'm saying when I have information that I know is not public, I ain't telling nobody nothing. I don't care how close you are to me. I'm not talking about it. That's all I'm saying. Nobody said that we don't want nobody to know what the coaches are. You heard what you want to hear. I'm saying when the university announces and welcomes who they're hiring and they're going to pay, then we can talk about it. I'm not a breaking news. I don't break news for Jackson State. We don't break news. We don't come to you breaking news. Let me tell you something about Jackson State. No, we don't do that. That's not what we do. We let the school break it, because what I don't want this platform to be used for Jackson State's breaking news or mouthpiece. That's not what this is for. This is for chatting and talking and discussion after the fact. My goal and my hope is that the university builds the infrastructure from a social media standpoint, from YouTube, whether it be all those platforms. I want the school to inform the public, because when the school performs that, when the school does that, the university owns that content. Did y'all not just see all that content walk out the door? And y'all got all emotional because the person that y'all was getting all y'all content for is now somewhere else. So give the school time enough to establish the damn system to put in place so they can give you the information that you have the right to know. But you can't get it from nobody else. Everybody running to YouTube with people, folks that ain't even in Jackson. I don't live in Jackson. I live in California. I'm saying, I'm not mad. I'm passionate. It's truly the I love. I know what this type of platforms can do for you monetarily. I know how lucrative Jackson State content is, but I want Jackson State to make money off of Jackson State instead of all these outsiders making money out of Jackson State and don't put a dime back into Jackson State. Because you know what? Jackson State gets prostituted out from a public standpoint, and Jackson State is the only one that don't get nothing off of it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, I'm going to use my influence to the best I know how to guard the yard. Call me what you want to call me. You get what I'm saying? You talk what I'm talking about? That's all I'm saying. The admonishment is, listen, person A, person B, we got to do X, Y, Z. Now, what you do with the content that Jackson State put out, if you want to go take the information, that's fine. I'm just saying, we got to get our stuff together. Give us time. People asking, well, why are you at? Well, coach should have already announced his staff right now. According to who? What you on the clock? What you says who? Who told you that? No, he don't. If he know who gonna get hired and they can recruit, he had a look. Did I miss something? Because last I just checked, Jackson State had the #1 HBCU recruiting class yesterday, and then they didn't even put all our recruits on the board. I'm just trying to tell you that. So I think TC and Otis should be commended. But what we do is, if we condition to complain and explain with no action, then that's all we're going to take from it. Well, why we ain't did this? Why we ain't did that? How about we just spend some time commending our head coach and our offense coordinator, not offense coordinator, our recruiting coordinator, give them a round of applause for the work that they've been able to do. Now, here's what you don't know. How do you know that some of the coaching staff ain't already in the building helping recruit as well? We don't know that. You get what I'm saying? We may not know that. We may not know that. But I do know that there's some players out there that have had some conversations with some position coaches. And they say, well, how are they having conversations with position coaches? And we don't know who the position coaches is, because you don't need to know. You'll know when the university tells you. You know it's coming. And when you get that information, you're going to be like, you know what you're going to do? You're going to do the same thing you're doing right now. You're going to complain because you're going to say, well, we should have did this. We should have did that. Why he go there? He could have hired this person because we so smart. We ain't never done the role, but we experts. That's how we get down. Yeah, I'm a part of this fan base, so I know how we move. And I ain't talking about, I'm talking this family business I'm talking about. We just got to get out of this condition of complaining about everything. Just saying, give the school time. It's okay to say, you know what? Right now we're transitioning and we're in the business of formulating a system and building a team to give you all the content. It's hot right now, but you got to strike on the momentum. Okay, you do. You do. But if you don't have a team, how you going to strike? Hold on. Be patient. Let the university gather itself, find the right people, put it in place, put a system in place, figure out how much it's going to cost, get the alumni behind it, support it, do all the meetings, get it all in place, boom, and then we rock and roll. My goal is, a short-term goal is that we need to have everything in play, ready to roll by signing day, February 2nd. Fair enough, right? That's probably what, a month and a half, give or take, right, that we're waiting on. So that's the type of conversation we have. And then you keep having, but at the end of the day, look, Sunday, Christmas is Sunday. People winding down. They're trying to finish the year. They're trying to close the year out. And then guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna hit the ground running come January 1. I could have understood if we had a piss poor recruiting day, but you saw the kind of recruiting day we had on yesterday. So that should be encouraging to let you know that there's some good things brewing at 1400 JLS. Hold your horses, pump your brakes. I ain't fussing at nobody. I'm just saying. What I've seen, I'm just saying how I'm going to move. I don't have the right to tell nobody what to do. I ain't got that kind of power. I just said that I am one of the few people I do know that get information. And I'm saying I had conversations with people that I do know are friends with me, that I do know that I talk to. And I said, because of what I've seen, I'm going to and somebody said, somebody talking about the Liberty OC. You don't even know if that's the case. You just going out what somebody told you. I heard that too. Ain't none of that confirmed. So you can scratch that. Just saying. Then when something else happened, they're going to say, oh, well, it was this. Like, again, that's my point. People think they know everything, and they really don't. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes out, we'll all know. I'm just saying, what's so hard about waiting to see what the university decide to do? Because somebody might be in negotiations. Somebody might have – it might be a lot of that going on. So, again, you do with it what you want to do with it. You take what you want to do with it. But it just annoys me when I see all this misinformation out there, especially when you know what's going on. It's annoying. Misinformation about what the university did with Coach Prime. Misinformation about what staff members are going to be doing. Misinformation about this. It's annoying when you just hear people say everything that they think they know and they really don't know it. Now, I'm not saying you don't know what you know and you didn't hear what you heard, but I'm just saying as far as what I'm going to do, I'm admonishing everybody that's close to the fort, man, shut the hell up. Stop talking. Just be quiet. Do it, and then when you do it, announce it, and when it's announced, everybody will know. That's just how I think we should move. That's what I think we should do, because I'm trying to drive engagement in eyes to where you can get it from. Because right now it's like it was like this. It was like this. And then everybody pissed off when the platforms you was running to get information ain't in the house no more. And then they like, well, why we ain't posting nothing? Well, probably because we ain't had no team to post it, because everybody that was over here gone now. So give it some time. All right, couple things and I'm done. Love on the players. Love on the players. Love on the players. Be positive. Show some encouragement to them. If they leave, wish them well. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? And then we go from there. Got an interview scheduled tomorrow with players. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. It's gonna be a busy weekend for us. We're gonna pull out a lot of interviews. We're gonna interview every single recruit that was that signed with us yesterday, and we'll go from there. Okay, we're gonna bring every single recruit on Tiger Talk, give them their shine, give them their time, and then you guys will get to know them from our perspective, and any other outlets that they choose to go speak to, that's fine too. But those were a couple of the things that I did have as far as today. It was one other thing I wanted to mention before I get off this joint. Still got a lot of recruits that are committed, but most of them are going to be February the 2nd, the ones that are still out there, because the goal was to get as many of the December grads in, because you got to have a team come spring ball, right? You got to have some players in-house, and we'll go from there. It's a lot of that we're going to break down, but again, today was a good day. Didn't have a lot of players hit the portal. Today. I think that's going to kind of slow down. We still got a couple of players that may make an announcement. He says Guthrie, I know, is making an announcement on Saturday. We hope that we can land him. He's down in we made the top 3, Alabama State, Morgan State, and Jackson State. So I think he's from Montgomery. I don't know, but I do know that Morgan is recruiting pretty heavily. Coach Damian Wilson and that staff are doing a full court press to try to land him. We need a safety. You know what I mean? Reach back out to John Huggins today, bro. We want you back, right? One of the things that I'm seeing, though, is that I don't know, because everything's not on Twitter. My question would be, there's a lot of players that are in the portal. You know, there's not a lot of activity, not really posting offers. So I just would absolutely hate to see some very highly productive players that played for us get stuck in that portal, man. That portal is a dead zone. And then you you be stuck in a situation where you get desperate, because what's going to happen is you're going to run into a situation where the coaches can't wait on you. The coaches are going to re-recruit the room, and next thing you know, you give that scholarship back. They're going to go try to give that scholarship to somebody else. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know he's from Delaware State. I'm saying he's down to his last 3: Alabama State, Morgan State, Jackson State is his top 3. He played at Delaware State with Savion and well, safety. Might have misspoke, but yeah, from Delaware State. But I'm hoping we can land him. That'll be a great pickup for us. We definitely need some safeties from a roster standpoint. We brought in a lot of linebackers. Still want Jeremiah Brown back. We still want Barron Hobson back. We need John. We want John Huggins back. We definitely want Niles Gaddy back. And who else is sitting out there that we think? Shane Hooks hit the portal. We'd love to have Shane Hooks back. We'd love to have K3 back. I haven't seen much, but that doesn't mean that just because he ain't putting it on social media that he's not getting top conversations in the portal. So, I mean, just getting conversations and offers. We don't know. So far, as far as right now, even Cameron Silvercraig, I would have thought that Cameron would have signed with Colorado by now, but it's starting to feel like, and I'm not casting any aspersions on anything. It's just starting to feel like the 3 players that I figured were going to be the first off the board for Jackson State have already committed and signed. It just feels like this is what it feels like. I'm not saying that it feels like coach is basically saying, I'm going to bring you, hang tight, because what I'm really trying to do is use some of them scholarships for this right here. But if I don't land that over there, I got this over here as a safety net. I think Herman Smith is possibly going to, I mean, I know he's being recruited heavily on the West Coast. You could possibly see him, who got an announcement in the next 15 minutes. I don't see Herman coming back. I would love to have Herman back, but I don't, I wouldn't be shocked if it's a West Coast city, a West Coast team, San Diego State, from San Diego. I know John Huggins is out on the West Coast with him. So, hey, man, you could very well see something like that pop off. Moving in silence. Some of these players move in silence. Some of them don't actually be out there. Willis Patrick entertaining offers. You got a lot of players with a lot of moving parts. So that could make things change. But this is all I was trying to say. After the new year, man, whoever's in the building is who we're going to roll with. We're going to build according to that. We love to have everybody, but like I said, you can't hold a team and the players hostage. We got to move forward. So love on them, wish them well, and we got to let it be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So got an update on a couple of players, but like I said, I won't speak on that, but it's I'll say it this way. If this goes that way, the coach is gonna go this way. So just know that there's some contingency plans in the works right now for from a personnel standpoint. They want to keep the players in-house. I'm gonna say it again. We want to keep the players in-house, but if the players that's in-house decide that they want to go that way, then it's gonna free up that, and then that's gonna give the coaches the green light to go in the direction that they can go. So just know that if you see more players hit the portal, don't lose your confidence. Don't get sad. Like I said, my admonishment to Tiger Nation is wish them well, thank them for their time, and keep it pushing, man. You know what I mean? So that's just the way that it is right now. We're gonna have to cycle through the majority of that because like I spoke last night, you don't want any cancers. I think these are some really good kids, but you cannot build a team with a player that's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That just kills the camaraderie in the room. And those that want to be there will be there. And those that don't want to be there or choose to cash in on some other opportunities will go in the direction that they're trying to go. So that's my take on that. Again, no updates on anything from a staff standpoint. I think everything will be finalized. And I think if I was guessing, my guess would be that it would probably be announced after Christmas and before the new year. That would be my guess. This is not inside info. I would kind of from how we know contracts work, it starts off January 1, 2023. So I would, even if it's that day, it could be the second. We might see it happen because the first falls on a Sunday. So I mean, that Monday, we may see some announcement roll out January the 2nd. I will ask that question as to possibly when we're going to get possibly a finalization on that and see maybe when there'll be an announcement. I would like to, because there's just some things I would like to see from an announcing standpoint on social media. I like to see some real serious energy behind that and let the fan base kind of absorb that and jump behind that. And that goes to what somebody just mentioned. Is our right to know? Yes, it is. You'll know. And but there's some question marks. Even with what I've been told, there's still just some question marks because it's so fluid. That's why I don't like, you don't want information to really just get out there like that because you don't know how it can go. But it's okay to have conversation. What's out there is out there. My thing is just as far as what I'm going to do. I'm just going to choose to wait. I'm going to take the disposition to wait on speaking on it. Because that way you can't go wrong when you know it's out there, right? It's dicey to speak on, and from the vantage point that we are, is that, you know, if you're in a position where it's a safe space for coaches and those that's close to the space to talk with you, it you don't want to ruin that just for likes or, you know, for follows and stuff like that. I'm just saying from my perspective. So that's how I move. You know, love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna continue to break it down. I think because for me also what I try to do is once it's out, I can kind of give you some dynamics to kind of how we got to that decision, if that's possible, whatever the case may be. So that's pretty much what I had. I said 15 minutes, but I'm right at 30. So I'm going to get ready to close this joint out, man. See what else y'all talking about. Let's talk about James Houston. We'll talk about James Houston at some point. Right now, tonight is not the night that I'm going to talk about James Houston, other than the fact that he is right now, he's number 2. He's breaking records right now. Him and Aiden Hutchinson is killing it. I think if he had played more games as Aiden Hutchinson, he would probably be leading the Detroit Lions in sacks right now. They got 3 games left. I think I feel like he's gonna get a sack per game, so he's only like 2 down from Aiden, if I ain't mistaken. I could be wrong, maybe 2 or 3 sacks away from tying him, but they doing some monumental stuff. Imagine if he had played as many games as Aiden Hutchinson, he'd be probably leading all rookies with sacks, because y'all know we know what James Houston can do, which is why I think the good thing about you mentioning James Houston, I want some of these guys, especially a Niles Gaddy, right? We have I'm gonna tell you the same thing. I talked to Mr. Gaddy today, and I'm gonna share this with you because this is just conversation. This is just football talk. We expect Aubrey Miller to go to the NFL. We plan on getting to the Senior Bowl this year to cover the Senior Bowl and give Aubrey as much shine as we can. You're talking about back-to-back draft picks from Jackson State. When you do that and those players go and have some success, that is going to be very good for those that's coming behind. You got a James Houston that's being talked about heavily right now. Then you bring Aubrey Miller if he gets drafted and goes and balls out. Now you're talking about a potential Niles Gaddy who's going to enter the season if he's on the roster as the potential, depending on, potentially it could be Bubba, over at Alabama State. But I would say Niles Gaddy, first team all-SWAC defensive, potential preseason defensive player of the year. Let's just put that out there. So you're talking about now you're talking about being that representation for the SWAC, for Jackson State at SWAC Media Day. So you're talking about all eyes on a Niles Gaddy. And if a Savion Wilkerson stays, those, in my opinion, would be the guests of who Coach T.C. Taylor would take with him to Birmingham, right? You take a Savion Wilkerson, you take a Niles Gaddy, and they represent Jackson State. These are 2 first-team all-SWAC players that have the potential. Now, Niles will be entering the draft after next season. Savion has 2 seasons left. So that's what I'm talking about. But when you're talking about a player that's of the caliber of a Niles Gaddy, you're talking about standing almost 6'6", going to probably come into the season 250 with all the measurables and all the things that he can do. I don't want to see him go to a school, even if they can offer him money. I'm just speaking the real. You don't want to go out there and take the bag now and then run the risk of losing the chance to really get the bag, because you can't teach 6'6", 250 coming off the edge with that kind of athleticism. I think he's primed to get to the next level. And I just think all he has to do is ball out and have a great year. And then he'll be in the Senior Bowl. Then he'll be going to some of these preseason postseason places. So that's my hope. I know we got to get through the holidays but I will say this: make sure you follow him on IG. He did put linebacker at gojsutigers.com. There are some players that don't have Jackson State in their bio, so Niles does. Go show him some love. Go follow him on IG. Go like the videos. Go share his videos. Show him love, man. And that's the type of stuff that we need. We're gonna do everything we can for him to keep him in the building. And we got Giles Jr. now. Absolutely, we do got Giles Jr. But we want Giles Jr., we want Doyle, and we want JB, and we want Niles. We want them all. Why not? Because if we do, we keep the majority of those players intact, and we had the number one defense in all of FCS last year, and we could do it again. So that's my admonishment. But if they decide to do something different, we're gonna move forward. So that's it, everybody. I just wanted to come to you real quick, give you a quick little bit. Tomorrow will be a lot longer. Going to be doing a lot of interviews, and then when I do come on the live, I'll be able to give you an update on kind of how the interviews went, and we'll go from there. So till next time, man, I appreciate y'all. I got 400 in the room, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Trying to get this page to 5,000 subscribers, man. I need your help to do that. Share the content, share the page, whatever you want to do to help your brother grow this page. I'm going to be coming to you as often as possible, giving you as much information as I can without, like I said, I'm gonna stand behind the university and let them do what they do first. And then when they do it, then we'll come and talk about it. Everything that I can talk about, I will. And then I'll keep giving you something Jackson State related until as we transition, just kind of everybody's going to have to stand in the gaps as we build this thing back up, and just be patient with the university. Be sensitive and patient, because y'all know what time it is and y'all know what it is we're trying to do. Like I said, if you want to support this channel, you can support it via Cash App, PayPal, and all that. Like I said, I appreciate it, and I'll be back on tomorrow, man, to go a little bit more in depth, and we'll stay on a little while longer, man. Until then, y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate it.